everyone. My name is Katie. I am the librarian at the Granville branch of Kent District Library, and I'm so excited to welcome you tonight to our Best of 2020 book talking video. Tonight, you're going to hear from me and 12 of my friends who work for all different branches throughout KDL, and we are going to share our favorite picture books, early reader books, and beginning chapter books with you. And then in 2 weeks, if you want to join us again, we are going to share our favorite junior fiction books, nonfiction books, and graphic novels. So we wanted to celebrate all of the great books that have come out in 2020. And I'm so excited for you to get to hear from everyone. Hopefully, you will hear about at least one book that sounds interesting to you. We had a lot of fun making these recommendations. So enjoy the video, take care, and hope we see you in the library again soon. Bye.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I'm a youth librarian at the Comstock Park branch. And I'm going to tell you about one of my favorite picture books from 2020 called Snail Crossing, written and illustrated by Corey R. Tabor. This is a funny, sweet book about the cutest little pink snail you've ever seen. In this book, the snail is trying to cross a very busy road to get some delicious cabbage. He's not very fast. Along the way, he meets some ants that aren't terribly kind to him. But when the ants get caught in a rainstorm, guess who comes to the rescue in the sweetest of ways? Read it just to find out about that. In the end, friendship and kindness went out, and this funny, sweet, and beautifully illustrated book will make snail lovers happy and turn the rest of us into snail lovers. Check out Snail Crossing.
Hi there, I'm Miss Brittany from the Walker branch, and today I wanted to share two of my favorite picture books that came out this year. So the first one is called Everybody Says Meow by Constance Lombardo, and I love this book because it has cats in it, and I love cats, and it also is incredibly funny and has really cute pictures. So what this book is about is a cat that is with their group of cat friends, and they would like to meow with everybody. But different animals keep interrupting with their own animal noises that are not meows, like the dog, who doesn't know how to meow, so they woof. Which the cat rolls with it and says, that's fine, you can woof, whatever. But then more animals keep interrupting with their own animal noises. And it just gets more and more hilarious and ridiculous, and it's just super great. That one is Everybody Says Meow. You're going to love it. The second book is featuring one of my absolutely favorite characters, which is Escargot. This is their second book, a book for Escargot, and it's a story by Dashka Slater, and pictures are by Sydney Hansen. So Escargot is a very charming French snail, and in this book, he has decided that he's tired of eating salads and wants to learn a little bit of French cooking. So he goes to the library to check out a French cookbook. And along the way, he helps the reader write their own story about a daring French snail, because no one writes stories about daring French snails. And another thing I love about this book is it has a lot of different French language elements and French cooking. So you'll see words like un deux trois or magnifique or ratatouille or soufflé, and it's just really great to learn those words as you go. So that was a book for Escargot. I hope you enjoyed both of these books and enjoy the rest of your day. Happy reading!
My favorite picture book of 2020 is Field Trip to the Ocean Deep by John Hare. Told entirely through pictures, it's the story of a kid who makes some new and unexpected friends while on a field trip to the ocean floor. I love the illustrations used in this book, specifically how the author uses these darker and more muted colors to show what it might look like that far underwater, but you also get these really bright flashes of color that almost look like they're glowing. And you can see all of these different creatures and formations that actually exist that far down underwater. This is a story of friendship, adventure, and the mysteries to be found at the bottom of the ocean. Field Trip to the Ocean Deep by John Hare.
Hi everybody, Miss Audrey here. I wanted to share this book with you today. I'm very passionate about this book. It's called Right Now I Am Fine by Dr. Daniela Owens, who is a psychologist. This book is really great during this whole COVID crisis that we're in at helping guide kids on how to manage stress. So it has very soothing pictures. They're not loud or overly colorful. They're very soothing colors. There's diverse characters so they can see themselves and their friends and their neighbors and their family in it. It uses simple words like tummies, or there's an elephant on their chest, which really helps kids learn ways to express how they might be feeling. There's only a few pages in it that start off recognizing the bad that's going on, that, you know, our tummies might be hurting or our friends and family might be affected. But the rest of the book teaches really amazing ways for kids to cope by coloring a picture or by going outside or by hugging a stuffed animal. So it teaches them not only words to recognize their stress and their frustrations during these uncertain times, as they say, but also teaches them great ways to help them cope. So mentally, they come out of this a little bit stronger too. So highly recommend this book. Again, it's called Right Now I Am Fine by Dr. Daniela Owens. Great book, rave reviews from my kids, rave reviews from me. Check it out. Take care. Bye.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah. I am a librarian with Kent District Library, and I am here today to talk to you about the picture book, I Will Dance. This book is by Nancy Flood and illustrated by Juliana Sweeney. It's a book about a girl named Eva, and Eva was born fairly early, and as a result isn't able to do things that other kids might do, such as run around, jump up and down, and most importantly, dance. So on her birthday, her biggest wish is to learn how to dance. And so her parents help her find a place to dance. This book is beautifully illustrated and very inclusive. It shows all these different kids from all these different walks of life. I really enjoyed it. It's got some really fantastic information in the back if you're interested about learning about where people can go to dance no matter what their skill level is and if they can't jump up and down like other kids. So if you're looking for a beautiful book about being able to do things even if you think you might not be able to, I highly recommend I Will Dance.
Hi, I'm Susan from the Plainfield branch. I have a couple picture books to talk about today. The first one is Nana Akua Goes to School by Tricia Elam Walker and April Harrison. When the story opens, it's circle time at school, which is usually Zura's favorite time. But they find out that it will be Grandparents' Day on Monday, and she's really nervous because her grandma looks a little different than other grandmas. Her grandma is from a country in Africa called Ghana, and her parents followed the tradition of putting marks on their child's face to indicate qualities they wanted their child to have. So she can remember times that people pointed at her grandma or were scared of her, and she doesn't want that to happen at school. But Nana Akua comes up with a grand plan, and they will take a quilt to school that explains what the Adrinka symbols mean that are on her face. And it all turns out well, because in the end, Nana Akua paints symbols on all of the kids' faces, and they think it's really cool. So that is Nana Akua Goes to School. The second one is Huddle Up, Cuddle Up by Bethany Hedges, and Mike Diaz drew the pictures. And it's just a really fun story about a family who really loves football. At the beginning, they're coming home from the game. And then, of course, it's late, so it's time to get ready for bed. Luckily, parents are really fun people and they make getting ready for bed a game. And the game ends with a touchdown and a story, and everyone goes to sleep. That is Cuddle Up, Cuddle Up.
Hi, I'm Lisa over at the Comstock Park Branch, and Salma the Syrian Chef was one of my favorite picture books from 2020. This book was written by Danny Ramadan, and the art was done by Anna Braun. In this book, we meet Salma, a young Syrian refugee who has moved to Canada with her mother. Unfortunately, their father wasn't able to move with them yet, and Salma decides she is going to make her mom smile. Her mom misses her dad and so many things about their home. So she's going to make one of her mom's favorite Syrian recipes. When she arrives at the Refugee Welcome Center, all of her friends there decide to help her. And this book is about their adventure to make the Syrian recipe for Salma's mom. You will enjoy the exploits, and I promise you, if you're like me, you're going to want to make the recipe she makes when the book ends. Check it out and enjoy Salma the Syrian Chef.
Hi, everyone. One of my favorite picture books of the year is called I Talk Like a River. It's by Jordan Scott, and it was illustrated by Sydney Smith. And I really appreciated this story because it provides a window into a young boy's experience with stuttering. When you read the very first page of the book, he talks about his experience. So if you open up the book, you'll hear, I wake up with the sounds of words each morning all around me. And then he goes on to explain that those words just don't come out right sometimes. They don't come out the way that you or I speak or that other people speak. And he feels really sad and discouraged about that. And I really appreciated this book because ultimately his dad shows him that stuttering is just a natural part of who he is and can be a beautiful thing. He learns from his dad that he's unique, just like the river they visit when he's had a bad day. And I really appreciated the design of this book that shows that the river is this beautiful natural thing, just like the boy's stuttering. If you peek under the jacket of the book, you'll see the boy's river. So I just thought it was a beautiful story, and I think we can learn a lot from it just by looking at our weaknesses and maybe seeing them as beautiful strengths and just learning that the way we see each other and ourselves is powerful and to see ourselves in a positive way. So I hope that you check out I Talk Like a River by Jordan Scott.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Gwen from the Cascade Branch, here to share this gorgeous book with you. It's called Why Do We Cry? And it's the story of a little boy who timidly asks his mom, Mom, why do we cry? The mom pauses and then she answers with this beautiful poetic text that's quite spare, and it's paired with these absolutely stunning illustrations that are just beautiful. They're kind of mysterious. And by the end of the story, the mom and the son have grown closer together through their conversation. It seems like a great reminder right now for all of us to make room for our own feelings and the feelings of people around us. And also a great reminder to check out the coping books that we have at KDL. There are a lot of great books in the coping section. So the details, Why Do We Cry? By Fran Pintadera and illustrated by Anna Sender. It was first published in Spain in 2018 and just this year in English. Hope you check it out and hope you love it.
Hi everybody, Miss Audrey here. Hey, I want to share with you another uplifting book to help kids understand and get through some of this quarantine that we're in. So this book is called We Cant Hug by Anne McLaughlin and Polly Dunbar. It is a lovely book with relatable animals and gentle colors to not overstimulate them while they're under stress. It's very positive in that it focuses on how we can show each other that we love each other. So even though we can't see our friends or family quite as easily right now, it offers ideas like writing letters or blowing kisses to each other. So it's a beautiful story. Rave reviews from the kids that I've read it to. Pick it up today. Again, it's called We Cant Hug by Ian McLaughlin and Polly Dunbar. Take care out there. Bye.
Hi, it's Miss Julie from the Byron Township branch. I have two stories to share today. You'll see I had a hard time narrowing it down. The first is Magnificent Homespun Brown, a celebration. And I love this story for so many reasons. Samara Coyle Doyen, the author, the language she uses, it's just so rich and evocative. It's almost like you're eating a juicy pear and it's dripping down your chin as you read. Let me show you what I mean. Smooth, creamy brown, like the flawless flow of caramel, gloriously smothering my favorite fall fair delight. And then she goes on to say, while we giddily devour a most ordinary fruit, transformed by the most extraordinary silky sweetness. The other thing I absolutely love about this book is that even though it's so easy for all of us to be critical of ourselves, it's really truly a celebration of how beautiful we all are inside and out. And it does this by comparing, for instance, that smooth, creamy brown caramel to my smooth, creamy brown, like my laughter. What a beautiful comparison. And I love that the story does it all the way through, showing how we are all absolutely magnificent in our own ways. The second book I have to show you is What Could That Be? Now, when you look at this, this is Reza Dalvand is the author. And when you look at this, what do you think that is? I want you to think about that for a minute and hold that thought in your head while you read the story. And when you do, we'll see if your idea of what that could be changes with the creative ideas of what this little mound is. Now, if you're like me, when I first looked at this book, I thought, oh, is this another poop story? But you know what? It's not. It's nothing close to that. It's really creative and it makes you, the reader, engage in the story and help figure out what it is. Now, when you read this book, after you read the book, not before, no peeking. After you read the book, I want you to peek under the book jacket and see what the front cover looks like underneath, because it's very different than this, and see what the surprise is. Enjoy.
Hello, Miss Colleen again from Kent District Library, and I discovered this series. It actually was just published this year. Highlights Magazine has started doing some of these puzzle readers, and they come in 3 different levels. The primary for the very beginning readers, just learning the fact that there's stories and that stories are sequential. There's a first level, which is the one I have here, Nick and Knack Fly a Kite. And then there's also a second level, which you can kind of see as I show you them, the difference in the amount of words on the page, and a little bit of the length of the story. But what's really interesting is Highlights did, if you've ever done the Highlights magazine, which a lot of the libraries carry, so you're welcome to check those out in our branches. They really work on visual discrimination skills and logic and sequencing and puzzles, things to make those activities fun for kids. So now they're starting out with these books, and this one is basically a tutorial on how to make a kite. Nick and Knack are friends. Knack is that loves to find. Knack loves to find things. Nick loves to make things, and so together they make a really great team. But you'll notice as you look inside the book, very simple words, a few on a page, and as you get a little further into it, they're talking about sticks and the fact that they can make a kite with it, and they find paper, and then on this page, finally, about page 14, they are looking for crayons. And so it says over here that you need to find the crayons that are hidden in the picture. So if you can look really closely here, they're some of them blend in pretty well. There was a couple of them. It took me a little while to find. So if your kiddos don't catch it the first time around, that's okay. Read it again. Let them know you might not see it the first time. Let's try it again. Maybe we'll see it the second time. or it's something that they can do with another member of the family. Everybody can work together to see who can find them. For instance, actually, this one was the one that took me the longest to find. So it might be the first one you find. But there's a couple of puzzles like that in here to try and find various things hidden in the story. Kit and Caboodle, the other one I was talking about. This one is they go camping. And this one has, you can see more words on the page. And on this one, there's different, it's like a seek and find. So there's pictures here that you have to find in the picture that's in the story. And I forgot to tell you, there's, like, did you find everything? And if you're not exactly sure where everything is, there are some cheat sheets at the end. So they don't leave you hanging. They do let you solve the puzzles, even if you can't solve it yourself. So these, like I said, both are really great stories, new series that just started out this year to kind of help with different things that kids need to learn as they're learning their to do well in school, especially logic and visual discrimination. So Brandon Buzzy wrote Nick and Knack. There are different authors for the series. So Kit and Caboodle was written by Michelle Portrice. However, in the library, so you don't have to try and remember all those different authors, we just have it under highlights. So if you're looking for those, look under highlights in the beginning readers section.
Hi, my friends. I am Miss Holly, and this is Mr. Fred. We're from the East Grand Rapids branch, and we are here to share one of our favorite stories. And this is called Tys Travels, and it's by Kelly Starling Lang. And have you ever ridden a scooter? Or maybe you're learning how to ride a scooter or a skateboard, and you know what happens sometimes? You fall down. Who hasn't hit that crack in the sidewalk, right? Unexpectedly, and you're on the ground. You've got maybe a scraped up knee. Hopefully you're wearing your helmet, right? Well, this is a story about Ty. He has a brand new scooter. So he goes to the local park and he is zipping and he is zooming, and guess what? Boom. He falls down. And he falls down pretty hard. And he is pretty frustrated. Okay. But along comes a friend named Ari. There's Ari. And you know what? She is really, really good at scooting. She is so good that she picks him up and gives him some tips and tricks. So if you are interested in scooting stories, maybe you're first, second grader, this is a great series for you. All right. So we'll have to wait and see if Ty gets up, brushes off his pants, and gets back on his scooter, or maybe he just gives up scooting forever. We don't know yet. So this book is available in a book form and an ebook form if you want to download it. Okay. So go ahead and go to kdl.org and place your hold for Tys Travels Zip Zoom by Kelly Starling Lyons. Thanks for listening today.
Hi, I'm Colleen, and I am a librarian, just like the woman who wrote this book. This book, Unicorn and Yeti Cheer Up, was written by Heather Iris Burnell, and she's a librarian in Washington State. I'm a librarian in Michigan. So this is one of my favorite books this year. Unicorn and Yeti have other books in their series. This is the one that was out this year. Again, Cheer Up. And the two of them are best friends, and just like your best friends, you don't always like all the same things, but they do want to do whatever they can to support one another. So this is 3 different stories of ways that they are helping each other out. And one of them, one of my favorites, was they both love to crunch icicles. And I've been waiting for icicles to come. We had a little bit of snow, not enough ice yet. So you can crunch on icicles, but they end up crunching so many icicles that Unicorn turns boo. She's so cold. So Yeti whips out knitting and covers Unicorn. And I think maybe she's a little too warm. So they figure it all out by the end and enjoy a long walk in the dark woods with Yeti loving it. Unicorn, not quite sure she likes it. Until the end, she does. What's also fun is at the end of the book of Unicorn and Yeti, it shows you how to draw some of the things in the stories. So if you get the earlier books with Unicorn and Yeti, it shows you how to draw Yeti and how to draw unicorn. And then this is the knitting that keeps Unicorn very warm after she's been so cold chewing the icicles. So I hope you enjoy this book. It was also drawn or created, the drawings were created by Hazel Quinanella, and she is from Guatemala. And she has a secret. It is that Unicorn and Yeti remind her of her own brother and sister, who are quirky and silly and love each other to death. So hope you love this book too. We'll see you soon.
Hey, my friends. My name is Miss Jenny. I'm one of the youth librarians at the East Grand Rapids branch. And I had to mention to you one of my new favorite chapter book series for, like first, second, third grade readers. It's called The Amazing Life of Azalea Lane, and it's by Nikki Shannon Smith. And I love this series because it's just a realistic fiction series about this really cool third grade girl. And it's about her family. So she's got a younger sister and an older sister. This is her mom. And in this story, her younger sister, Tiana, loses her stuffed animal that she loves. So this is the house they live in. They live in Washington, D.C. And so Azalea has to help her younger sister find that stuffed animal. So it's a little bit of mystery, a little bit of realistic fiction, but it's really just a story about a wonderful family and a really charming, really smart, awesome girl. So check this one out. It has full color illustrations, and it was a really fun story to read for all you kids out there. Okay? All right.
Hello, I'm Colleen, and I am happy to show you one of the new books this year that I really enjoyed. And this one is by Greg Pizzoli, and it's called Baloney and Friends. So it's the first one in a series of actually graphic novels. So we have it in our graphic novel section in our beginning chapter books, because it does have chapters in it. However, they are written like comic book style. So you can see they've got little squares and frames, and the writing is in bubbles. And it has, like I said, the 4 stories talking about Baloney and his friends. Just everyday friends, just like your friends, but the adventures and the fun, silly things they do. So we've got Baloney, who's a pig, and we've got his best friend Peanut, who is a horse. And then there's Biz, who's a bee. And there's Crabbit, who is a rabbit, but he's a special kind of rabbit. He's a crabby rabbit. So fun story, lots of color. Reminded me a little bit of Dogman. If you like the Dogman books, but just crazy fun things that friends do and are excited to do together. And then at the end, what I liked a lot is it has the way how to draw each of the characters. So you can learn to draw Baloney. You have to make sure that he has a big smile and a little curly tail. And then you can draw Peanut too. So you can learn how to draw Peanut the horse. And then gotta make sure, don't forget to draw Biz the bee. And finally, I guess, you might as well draw, Crabbit. He doesn't like to be there, but he's there anyway. So once you do all of that, then you can make your own comics using the same characters that Greg Pizzoli created with Baloney and Friends. So hope you enjoy this book. I've been reading it to my dog Moji, and he really likes it too. So we'll see you very soon at the library. Keep reading and having fun and drawing your comics and enjoying great books and stories and your friends.
Hi, everyone. This is Katie. I am a youth librarian at the Granville branch of KDL, and I want to tell you about my favorite beginning chapter book that came out this year, Battle of the Bad Breath Bats by David Bowles. This is a great spooky book. It's not too scary, don't worry. It's about 3 cousins, Malia, Ivan, and Dante, who are visiting their aunt for the summer. and they are given directions for a shortcut. They're on their way to the community pool, and they take this shortcut down 13th Street and immediately are trapped on 13th Street. And not only are they trapped, but they start encountering things like ghosts and spooky creatures. And in particular, in this book, the bad breath bats, which are just like it sounds. They have extremely stinky breath. It's horrendous. And so the three cousins have to band together to figure out how to get off of 13th Street and also how to get rid of these horrible, horrible, smelly bats. This is the first book in a series. It's really great. It has illustrations throughout the book. It also has some Spanish throughout the book because all three of the cousins speak Spanish. And it's a wonderful first book in a series. I can't wait to read more about their adventures. So again, that is Battle of the Bad Breath Bats by David Bowles.
Hi, my friends. It's Miss Holly from the East Grand Rapids branch, and I'm here to talk to you about this beginning reader graphic novel. If you're just learning to read graphic novels and you like that format, check out Donut Feed the Squirrels by Mika Song. It is great because it's about donuts and it's about squirrels. So what's not to like, right? So Belly and Norma, they go on an adventure because at first they smell a food truck, a donut food truck. Oh my goodness, one of the best kind of food trucks out there, right? Well, they go on an adventure, and you know what? There's messes, there's big messes, and there's mishaps, and there's great escapes. And so you're going to be looking at each frame, which is done in watercolor and brush by Mika Song, and it's just a page turner. You'll be thoroughly entertained. So check it out. It's available in book form, and it is down. You can just go to kdl.org and place your hold. Okay, don't not feed the squirrels. Have fun. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, I'm Miss Colleen, and I am one of the librarians at the East Grand Rapids branch and also at the Kent District Library Bookmobile. So one of my favorite books this year that I read was a brand new series called The Magnificent Makers. The first one is called How to Test a Friendship, and it starts on the first day of school when Pablo and Violet and Deepak are all in their science class, and suddenly they hear a boom, snap, whiz, zap, and they are sucked in to a magical maker space. They find a wacky scientist who guides them through the maker mazes and the different situations that they come across that they have to find answers to. It's a variety of different science games and puzzles, and they find them behind every door of the new area that they're brought to. So you'll have fun with science and the experiments along with the Violet and Pablo and Deepak. But at the end, Deanne Griffith has included science experiments, maker science experiments that you can do yourself. So one of them that they have to do is make a rubber band paddle boat. And so has all the instructions on how to create such a fun thing to do, and also how to make an ecosystem that you can actually put on social media a picture of it, and they will Dan Griffith and the publishers are happy to find out how you've used what you've learned in the book to actually do science experiments at home. And then the best thing about it is this is the first of the series, The Magnificent Makers. They have another one out about the brain, so I can't wait to read that one and find out what's inside your head and learn all the different information that we can about science and our bodies. So hope you enjoy The Magnificent Makers as much as I did, and that you have fun with your making and your science, because this book is a maker's honor. You will like it.
Hey friends, my name is Miss Jenny. I'm one of the youth librarians at the East Grand Rapids branch, and I want to tell you about one of my new favorite beginner chapter book series. It's called The Fort Builders. So this is the first book in the series. This is the second one. They just came out in 2020. They're about a group of kids that decide to start their own business by building forts. It's really cool. So Jax and Caleb are best friends. They live near each other and they have to work together with their neighbors to create their own business. And they all kind of have strengths and it's about teamwork. But the reason I really, really love this series is because it has full color illustrations, it has large font, and some of the words are bolded to kind of help kids develop their fluency. As they read the story aloud, they begin to figure out what words need emphasis. And it's just a wonderful chapter book series for like 5, 6, 7-year-olds who are really starting to get into those longer reads. So I can't recommend this series enough. Fort Builders, it's by D. Romito, so Romito. Make sure you get this one soon, okay?
Thank you so much for joining us tonight to hear about some of our favorite books from 2020. I hope you heard about at least one book that you're dying to read. I want to give a big thank you to all of our presenters tonight. Thank you to Lisa, Brittany, Christine, Audrey, Sarah, Susan, Dawn, Gwen, Julie, Holly, Colleen, and Jenny. We really appreciate you sharing your favorite books with us. I hope you all are able to join us again on Monday, December 21st at 6:30 p.m. To hear about our favorite junior fiction books, nonfiction books, and graphic novels that came out in 2020. Have a great night.